Hey guys, Dr. Polly. We're going to do the connecting rod, and it can be a little confusing if you're not too careful. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. Um, I'm going to be I'm going to do it a certain way so I can show you how to create a midplane. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with an extrude boss, and we're going to go ahead and do start on the front, and I'm just going to take a rectangle, and I'm going to create a rectangle. And let's go ahead and dimension it. Now, the distance to center, you should be paying attention to your drawing as you do this, is 2.30 on the slot looking thing. And then it has a diameter of 0.75. So I got to add the radius times 2, which is basically the diameter. Well, it is the diameter. So we're going to dimension, and I'm going to say it's going to be 2.3 plus 0.750. All right, that's going to be the full length of this piece. Now I'm going to grab the midpoint and grab that origin, and I'm going to make those coincident. So now I have it centered and locked in place. The height of this is 1/2 inch, so dimension from here to here is 0.5. And I know I could just go to the line and do that, but some habits are hard to break. And now I'm going to get the arch part here. The first circle is going to be the outside circle, and then I'm going to do an inside circle. And so the diameter of the outside circle is 2, and the diameter of the inside circle will be 1 because it has a radius of 1/2 inch. I'm going to say trim. I'm going to cut straight across through here. I'm going to cut here, 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 and here, and then up in here. There we go. And so that is the basic shape. Now, if you notice, I did lose my constraints. So I'm just going to go ahead and slap a couple in there real quick. It's not really too terribly important. It's not going to move, but there's half that distance there. And then let's see, what else do I need? Let's make these things collinear. That'll probably help lock them in. So this line and this line are going to be collinear. This line and this line will also be collinear, just to make sure I've got it. And this point and this point I'm going to make horizontal, so that locks it in. And there we go as far as that goes. Probably could get rid of it. Nah, I'll just leave it. Anyways, so there it is, fully defined. We're good. Everybody's happy. So I'm going to finish that sketch. I'm going to extrude it. There's several ways I could do this. I could make my life easy and tell it to extrude midplane and not have to go and create a midplane myself because I would already have established one. Let's be lazy and do that. So let's go ahead and say I'm going to extrude this midplane. And so what's going to happen is that my origin is going to be dead center of this object. The thickness of this is 0.75, so midplane 0.750, and it splits that difference both ways, and so we're good. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and knock this out. So I'm going to say fillet. I'm going to do a full round fillet. And how that works is you pick a side, then you're going to pick the edge that's going to get rounded off, and then you're going to pick the other side. And once that's finished, you're going to say OK. Come back around this way, do the same thing. So fillet this side. That face gets rounded this side, and say OK. And so now we look at it, and we're right where we need to be. So the next part I'm going to do is I'm going to create another extrusion, and I'm going to pick the front plane because why? It's in the middle of the object. Okay. And from that, I'm going to draw 2 more circles, but I'm going to line up with my center. I'll center them officially later. But I'm going to create 2 circles. And I'm going to dimension the outside circle to be 1.125. And the inside circle has a diameter of 0.750. such as that. Now, I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to grab the center point. I'm going to grab the origin. I'm going to make those vertical. And then I'm going to dimension between these two, and it's going to be 5 inches in separation. And notice they're fully defined, which is good. And you'll also notice that it's on that midplane, so I have to extrude that midplane as well. The thickness of that is 0.5, and there is the top of my connecting rod. The next thing I'm going to do is create the body in between. Okay, so I'm going to say another extrude boss. I'm going to do the front plane again, and this time I want to borrow this art and this bottom of this circle. And so I'm going to say convert entities, and I'm going to pick the outside edge of that and the top edge of this. And I'm going to say OK. And if you look, they're outlined in black now, so that's what I want. And I'm going to take a line, and I'm going to snap to this circle somewhere, and it should automatically form a tangent constraint. So if you notice when I go around it, it just automatically follows as a tangent. And I'm going to make it coincident to somewhere on this art. Okay, so I'm good there. So I'm going to double click, and I'm going to do the same thing again from this side and to there. Now, if it doesn't snap to tangents, you just simply grab the line, hold control, click the circle, and add the tangent constraint. It's already got one, so I don't have to worry about it. And you can see that I have coincidence down here. Now, I do need a guide line, so I'm going to take a center line, and I'm going to just do a straight vertical line just for a little bit, just something to get a dimension off of here in a little bit. And there's that. Now, from here to here is 5 degrees. Okay, so 5, enter. But it's not centered. So to center that, I'm going to go from one side to the other, half that, which is 2.5, and you can see it's fully constrained. All right. Now, what I don't need now is the top of this circle, so I'm going to cut that top off that I projected up, and then I'm going to cut off this little end here and this little end here, and you can notice it makes a shape, shaded sketch contour shape. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and project in. Now the only thing it tells me is this 0.350 thick. All right, in. So I'm going to say offset entities 0.350, and this one gets a little weird sometimes. I don't want to do offset geometry, so I'm going to pick this line, this circle, this line, and let's cross our fingers. Hey, it took it, maybe. And then I'm going to click inside, and it's not going to do it. Offset cannot be created because selected geometry. Da 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 da. I don't know why it gives me that issue sometimes. Let's try it a different way. Let's say select chain. Reverse. Nope, not going to let me do that either. All right, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to say offset 0.350. I don't know why it changed dimensions on me. 350. Okay. Do not want select chain. And if I simply bring one of them over like that, then the other one, so if I do offset entity 350, if I bring that one up, that one in, and that one down, it works perfectly fine. Don't know why it won't take that one, see? So let me go ahead back and do it. 350, so there, and there. So we're good. We'll finish that, and I'm just going to trim off these annoying little tabs here. There we go, and there's those. Now I'm going to add my radiuses, so I'm going to say fillet 0.250, enter, and it's going to go from this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner. I'm going to hit enter, and we're good there as well. All right, so there is my inside part of that, and so I'm going to say finish. There's that. Again, we need to extrude mid plane, but it's only 0.25 thick. And so there we go as far with that. Okay. So we're almost done here. I got a couple of holes to put here and here, and I got some chamfers to do. Let's go ahead and put our holes in the bottom here. So let's look at it from the top. Okay, ish. Good enough for me. I don't have to actually have a full-on view, but okay, there's 5. Control 5. So we've got 2, and the note says, and I'll move the note over here just so you guys can see it here. It says it's 2.213 through all, and those are hole notes for a 1/4 inch 28 UNF thread through all. Okay, internal thread. All right, so if you set this up, you'll look, it'll have that set up as well if you did it right. So we're going to go to Hole Wizard. It's a tapped hole. It's not a bottoming, it's a standard tapped hole. It's a 1/4 inch 28. All right, and if I say and I've got through all is in conditioning. If you look, it says right there, boom, 0.213 diameter. And it's going to be positioned on this surface here. Hover, find my center, hover, find my center, and finish. And there's those 2 holes right there. Now the next thing I need to do is to put the fillets on, and it has fillets of 0.050, and those fillets cover all these edges here. It does not cover the outside edge here, and it doesn't cover the yeah, it does cover the outside edge here, but it doesn't cover the bottom or the inside. So we can use 3 surfaces to get that, maybe 4. It depends how it's going to look at it. So I'm going to say fillet. We're going to use our constant size fillet. It is 0.050. Enter. And I'm going to pick this face, move around, pick the other face, move it around. I'm going to pick this face, and you see it got all but that part, and I'm going to pick that face. All right. And what I do not want, though, if you look, is it grabbed that ring. So I'm going to undo that edge. So I'm going to undo that face. I'm going to hit delete. Maybe. There we go. Get rid of that edge too. All right. And I'm going to go old school on this. And I'm just going to pick it out. I'll say I want this. There we go. And there it is. All right. Just to avoid picking this face and you're good. All right. So there we go. I think that's everything that's required on this. Finish. Let's see. Control 1. There's everything. I'm not missing anything. Am I? Nope. I think that's good. All right. So let's change our material to 7075.0. So now we get to play. What is 7075.0? So edit material. Okay. It's going to be, should be an aluminum, I believe. 7075.0 SS. Okay. Apply that material. That's important. Make sure we got the right material. And we're good. So that is my connecting rod. So file, save as, connecting rod.